As a kid, I collected many toy lines, and yes, one of them was GI Joe. I did have a lot of GI Joe figures and vehicles, but one vehicle I never had was the Dragonfly. I didn't have the pilot either, Wild Bill. So when the Hasbro and GI Joe Classified team said, you know what, the next HasLab is going to be the Dragonfly, there was no doubt in my mind I was going to pick this magnificent vehicle up. Stay tuned, guys, for the overview / review of the GI Joe HasLab Dragonfly. So with GI Joe Classified being 1/12 scale, I had to go handheld. This helicopter, this attack helicopter is huge. And of course the box is big and taking up my whole table. But we're gonna go through the outer box using a handheld. I'll be doing a lot of cuts and edits. I'm gonna try to make it as smooth as possible, guys, because you guys have to really see the fine details that the Hasbro and GI Joe Classified team put not into just the box itself, but of course into the action figures and the Dragonfly. Here's the front of the box. Good action shot of the Dragonfly. You got your Hasbro 14 or older, and it looks like we're going to need 3 AA's, which I do have. There's the top of the box, Dragonfly logo, XH-1. Got the schematics of it right there. A lot of detail in this HasLab, as well as it should be. You have your GI Joe symbol, 6-inch, meaning 6-inch scale. And then you got your Yeehaw champion himself. On the back, you have some great artwork of the Dragonfly. It has chips right here on the rocket launcher. On one side, we have a couple Dragonfly. This one's showing the teeth. Here, it looks like an AIM-9. And you got your rockets and your AGM-114s right there. You got them launching right there. We're going to talk about all the weapons here in a little bit. Some more artwork on the side of the Dragonfly. Here on the back, you have the schematics of the Dragonfly XH-1. Stealth blades, air intake, canopy, pilot door, gunner door, radar up front, spotlights, ammunition bay access doors, engine bay access, twin turboshaft engines, exhaust ports, rear horizontal stabilizers right here, V-tail wing, so you're going to see it's going to look like a V, system sensor, counter rotation coaxial turbine with Nodar system. Then right here, my favorite part, you got your grenade launchers right up front. They call it the Creeper missile, Jester missiles, Dragon Breath rotary nose cannon, laser guided cannon pod, 7 centimeters unguided rocket launchers. All right, guys, enough of this awesome box. Let's go ahead and start looking at this Dragonfly. When you first open the shipper pack, you're going to see that awesome box that we just looked at. And within that box has 3 separate boxes. I kind of did a little pre-filming of these boxes so you can see how the layout is when you open up these boxes. We're just going to take a quick note of the 4 action figures that it came with. We're not going to do a full review on them. We're just going to talk about them real quick because the main focus of this video is the Dragonfly. Here we got the 4 different figures, and you got the nice mural on the side. It looks like the same picture or the same artwork on the box. You got number 142, 143, 144, 145. 142 is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Wild Bill. William Wild Bill Hardy, excuse me. So if you guys look really close, he looks good. Probably one of the top figures of the year, not just because it's, you know, exclusive with this HasLab, but he's got a 6 shooters in there, that mustache. I think he just wins alone on that mustache. Back of the box, nice artwork of Mr. Wild Bill. On the side, a little side window with Wild Bill, and then the artwork of the Dragonfly. 143. 143 is going to be our buddy Ripcord from the Night Force line. So I wasn't really a big Night Force guy. I wasn't really into collecting GI Joe when Night Force was starting to come around, but it looks cool. He's going to stay in box because I'm just going to wait for the regular release of Ripcord. Next one is 144. And you have Jane Glenda Mulligan. Now, she was If I'm not mistaken, she was originally released in South America, not here in the United States. So I don't think that we had a US release of Glenda, but she looks very good. She will be coming out. We're going to tag her up flying around with Wild Bill. And then number 145, David Crazy Legs Thomas. Again, another Night Force action figure we will keep in box. These boxes are really nice. I'm glad that they came back to the windows and you can see it. If you're an in-box collector, I get it with this one. Now without the windows. So those are the 4 action figures. Let's see what this Dragonfly is all about. Along in these boxes came the instructions, and I haven't even opened them up yet. So I'm going to go ahead and see where they're at real quick, just to take a quick peek and show you guys that they do come with instructions. And it's in the same package as the sticker box. So yeah, this book has actually got a couple pages in it. So I will take a quick look at this before we start getting into the Dragonfly. First stickers that I pulled out, Country Western, Sundance Butch. And you got some awesome decals there. Looks like he's playing poker. It's got 8 aces. And he's got an awesome squadron patch here. Looks like Cobra. Dragonfly X1, chips and salsa. Love that one. And of course, the teeth. Now you can see that these teeth are separated. It's not one. So you're going to have to be very careful if you're going to use these to put them on, because it's going to be, each section you're going to have to be really meticulous with. The other decals, this one looks cool. These look like zombies, monsterfied. Looks like it's got its nice little stitches and staples here. Got the hands, you got your eyes. Very cool looking. You got the different set of teeth. Man, I like that one. I should have got another Dragonfly. Oh man, and this one's awesome as well. Wild Bill is a zombie on the Dragonfly. It's on a missile. It's got its different squadron patches down here. Man, I just kind of want to put these on the car. Here are the inside of the directions, guys, just like what I thought. Just a little checklist to make sure that you assemble your Dragonfly properly. So when we pull out the actual main body, or the fuselage, I think that's what we're going to call this, it has a nice little clear plastic piece on the skids. I think that's meant to be removed and there to help with shipping so it doesn't collapse or break on you. So that's a great little detail that the guys did there. And then it has a nice little plastic film on there, so to avoid as much scratching as possible. We're going to attach as much as we can with the Dragonfly like this before we put on a tail, just so we could get most of it in the shot for you guys. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just start peeling off this plastic so we could get a better look. This thing is gorgeous. I'm going to leave this down until we're ready to go ahead and mount it. This thing is gorgeous. Beware of blast. You have the exhaust coming this way, and you have your danger arrow right there. And this is where you have access, I think it was, to the actual engine itself. If I'm not mistaken, and it should have some good detail in there. And sure enough, it does. I don't know if you guys can see that. Look at that. Nice, good paint right there for the engine. Intake over here, danger intake. Right at the top, that's going to be your button for your lights. Dragonfly logo, Lieutenant W.S. Wild Bill Hardy. You have your step down here. Is this where we put our ammo? We have access to the cannon right there. That is crazy. Okay, so that's not the cannon. That looks like what, 40 mic grenades? Yeah, so that's going to be the grenades, because I'm pretty sure this was the grenade launcher. 40 mic, I'm guessing. Nice paint detail on the grenades. And then into the cannon itself. And then, of course, we have our front cannon, which, if this is based off the Cobra, I think it was either 7.62, I think depending on the year, either 7.62 or even 20 mil. And then I think later versions had a single shot 30 mil. So, and of course in GI Joe, they use lasers. And remember guys, for a lot of our attack aircraft, the pilot's actually going to be in the back and the person up front is going to be controlling the weapons. So let's look on the other side. Same thing, Wild Bill Hardy step. There you go again. It's got little foot pegs right here and here if you want to have any Joes hanging around with you. This is where we're going to port our wings. Nice engine cover so we could see our jet engines right there. That's awesome. And then beware of blast coming out the side. When you're looking at the aft, now remember the tail's going to connect. If you guys could see it, it's going to port right in there. And then you have your exhaust here and here. This is for the jet exhaust. I'm guessing this might be for another exhaust. It should be hot from both sides. It's going to be extremely hot coming out. So it's plastic. If it was real. Since we don't have the tail, let's go ahead and see if we can get a better picture of the canopy and the cockpit. Okay, so there's a handle. Looks like this is supposed to hinge up. There you go. It's a little lift. Has its 2 tabs. Okay, a little sticky there. I think it's getting caught right there. That's what it was. Okay, now we got it up. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and close these bay doors. Can you guys see that? You have your harness, seats, your stick. You guys can see that. That is awesome. Good detail. Good detail, Hasbro team. And then for our person controlling the weapons, the front canopy right here comes out like that. I don't know if you guys can see the front there. Yeah, you guys should be able to see the front up there. And this whole thing should come up, right? Yep, there it goes. Nice. Maybe if I would have just started with that. I'm going to go handheld here in a minute. Here's the front where we have our GI Joe controlling weapons. And back here is where Wild Bill will be sitting. First, I want to go ahead and throw on these wings because with the wings, you're able to put on some of the weapons. So you got black up top, green at the bottom, and this is the right. It's going to go like this. You got your green lights right here, and it'll go ahead and port in just like this. Left, black on top, red on the outer. You could port our missiles right here and put our pods down here. There you go. You got the wings on the sides. We're going to keep this here just for another second. These right here, these external rails look like they're going to port here on the side of the wings. And then, of course, that's where you could put your missiles and your other pods. So I'm going to port these on here real quick. And then we're going to move the main Dragonfly, the fuselage, so we can get a better look at these weapons. Now, I put the other one on and I took a second there to make sure that this goes, you know, which way. So what I did is these holes are actually different sizes. So this peg is a little bit, the peg up front is a little bit bigger than that one. So there's only one way it's going to go on. You know, it's really awesome when you're doing a review. When you push pause because this thing is huge. I have to pause to edit. And anyways, I forgot to hit record. And I talked about all the weapons. Let me go ahead and have Wild Bill fly this guy out so we could talk about the weapons. You guys are crazy. You know what's crazy is I know what this is. I don't know what, I forgot what the GI Joe team calls this one. But to me, this is an AIM-9 Sidewinder. Short to medium range, infrared Sidewinder. Got your guidance control section up front, warhead, rocket motor. You got your wings in the back. So thrust comes out that way. What is that? 197 pounds, I think it is. You got your hangers up here, contact buttons, T-handle, safe and arm. I know the missile, guys. But in the GI Joe world, it's called something else. So very cool. I did not know the Sidewinders were carried on the Cobra. I could do a little bit more research on it, but I'm not going to because it's not one of those videos. This video is about what the Dragonfly can hold, and right now it's saying 2 Sidewinders. It also comes with 2 launchers with 4 each AGM 114s, Hellfires. I don't know what they call them. I call them Hellfires. And what's cool is about the Hellfire, one, I don't have a lot of experience with the Hellfire other than just being general knowledge of it. I've never really worked this close with it, but just like most, or really any missile, it's going to have your guidance up front, warhead, and of course the rocket motor, propulsion, you know, to find a bad guy. Infrared, and over the years it's become kind of modular for different missions. I think different warheads and upgraded seekers throughout the years. Pretty cool to see. What's great about this is they are a little bit smaller, but they do pack a big punch. So lighter weight, I want to say under 150 pounds each. So if you got these, you know, these air-to-ground missiles under the wings of the helicopter, do some serious damage. Do some serious damage to tank or any armored vehicle or even facilities. So pretty cool. And on the other side is what I would like to say is the single shot 30 mil cannon. And if you guys can see the detail that the GI Joe team did here, looks like it's kind of burnt, you know, like it's been shooting and been firing, so it looks pretty cool. They could have done more detail when it comes to the inside of the cannon. Most cannons aren't all black. They would have more of the, you know, like safety wire, like silver's in there and some chrome look to it. But you know what? For our purposes, it does really good. And there you have your projectiles all linked up. And this part right here is going to feed from the actual fuselage of the Dragonfly. And for our purposes, we'll port right there. So it'll fly like that. Now, it is only a vertical up and down, not a swivel. So it won't swivel. It's just going to be an up and down. On the other side of the wing, you have your hoist. This is an actual hoist that works. You can hear it ratchet. So it's coming down, and you can bring it up. So you could pick up any Joe that you need to rescue or pick up any equipment. And to close it out, we have two 2.75 inch rocket pods. There's 19 rockets in there. This is the rockets pointing forward, so this would be pointed toward the bad guy. And with rockets used for marking, used for light armor, anti-personnel, Willy P, white phosphorus for marking and things like that. A little bit of an incendiary effect. Let's go and have Wild Bill fly in the front part of the Dragonfly, and let's see if we could start. Ooh, this is my favorite part. Let's go ahead and start loading some ammo on this baby. Go ahead and put our Hellfires right underneath the wing. Remember, our cannon is going to go on the left, so I'm going to port it in kind of at the same time. Cannon, and then there you go. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can see the 30 mil right there getting fed into the cannon. This part right under this launcher, right under this part of the wing, this launcher right here is the same place that you could actually put your pods, your rocket pods. On this side, I'm going to go ahead and switch it up. You know, depending on the mission, I don't know if they're going to fly it with AGMs on one side and rockets on the other. But you know, it's how do we say, choose your own adventure. Let's go ahead and put our hoist on first. So they're positive lock in. And I am going to put the rocket launchers, remember? Rockets toward front, rockets toward the bad guy. So we will put that right under the wing. And then we will put on our Sidewinder. Very cool. So what do I have left? I have 4 AGM 114s. And I have 2.75 inch rocket pod just off to the side. Looking at this thing head on, looks pretty cool. On the right side, you'll see your rockets and your AIM-9. And on this side, you'll see your 30 mil and your AGM 114 and your 9. Pretty cool. I really like the playability. It was nothing for me to take that off and take off the missiles. So I forgot to show you guys, but yeah, you can remove the missiles too. Not bad at all. So very cool. Very, very fun toy to play with. Because with this HasLab that cost you a couple $100, you're going to play with it all day long, right? Out in the backyard. To keep this thing going, I removed the main part of the Dragonfly. We're going to go ahead and remove the plastic to the tail. GI Joe DF/XH1. That's where it's going to port into the back. Black on top. Little black right here. Now, we did talk about its tails right here. It's going to be ported in, and they're going to be in the shape of a V. So our vertical stabilizers in the back, the Dragonfly symbol, and some more stabilizers. It's going to be mid-tail right in there. So while I was putting the vertical stabilizers on, this actually spins as well. I don't know if there's a purpose for it. I mean, it looks like there would be exhaust right there, but this also does remove. There you go, to expose, I guess, the exhaust. I have no idea. You helicopter guys, let me know. But I'm gonna keep it on so I don't lose it. There you go. And let's go ahead and put our mid stabilizers on right there. Okay. Ooh, and there's ratchet. Nice. So I'm guessing they're gonna be turning the same. I don't know. I'm not that smart. But there you go. There's the tail. You guys ready to put this bad boy on? Before we actually put the tail on, let's go ahead and talk about the rotor blades. So here's the housing that's going to go right at the top of the Dragonfly. If you guys can see that detail. Looks pretty awesome. And then you got your rotor blades right here. So that's going to be on top. They poured in right in there. Positive lock. This thing is huge. Look at that. That's tremendous. It's not even in the shot. Look, you are looking at 30 and a half. That's what I'm showing. Is that what the box says? No, the box is just giving us an overall length of the Dragonfly of 34 inches. So that's about 30 and a half inches long right there. Crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this Dragonfly in. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and put the tail. It's got little clips right there. Nice and easy. Look at that. Positive lock. Look at that. Not even in the shot. Let me back this camera up. I might go to the wide lens, guys. I don't want to, but might have to. Okay, this is crazy. Look at that thing. Wow. Okay, where is my tape measure? So from nose to the tail, 34 inches. Crazy. This is nuts. I don't know where I'm gonna put this thing. Yes, guys, I know it doesn't really sound like it, but I am super excited for this thing. It is. Oh man, I should have got 2 of these. Let's go ahead and port the blades on top. Let's go for this whole thing. Let's go for the whole look. There it is. I'm gonna have to pull it out a little bit. That is too cool. Let's go ahead and back this up. We do need to talk about some of the other accessories, which is going to be the fire effects or the flame effects. So this is going to be a smaller effect, and they all are wrapped in like plastic wrap. So there's a medium one, and this is the bigger one. And you can see right here, larger peg, smaller peg. So it'll go like this onto the side of the launcher, and then this part will port into the back of the missile right here. So let's see what that looks like. Wow, look at that. That is too cool. That is too cool, guys. Too cool for school. Now, here's my thing is, though, I probably will not have it posed with that. Just thinking over time, you know, this plastic piece, it might start to sag, and then all of a sudden you're going to have a missile start petering off before it even leaves the sight of the aircraft. Okay, it really doesn't fit well into the 114, so I'm pretty sure you can put it on there, but I'm thinking it's more of the initial phase when it's launched. There you go. So this will be accurate how it shoots off, just like that. It's going to launch right from the rail and go that way. Contact button's going to receive the signal from the launcher, igniting the rocket motor, and then there it goes. Thrust, that way. Real quick before I forget, this is the base that it's going to be on, and it comes with this type of clear plastic type of mount. So definitely thinking of the weight of the Dragonfly when they made this and created this. So over time, can this cloud this plastic? Probably. I mean, just don't keep it in the sun. And it's got 3 little ports. Positive lock. 2, 3. There you go. So before we put this on the mount, I'm going handheld to show you guys. You want to go ahead and put the batteries in first, because there's your 1 and 2 ports that are going to be on the stand itself, and it takes 3 AA's. So just the standard Phillips or flathead screwdriver, and you could get in there. So wanted to show you that real quick. So there's our Dragonfly on a stand. Kind of gives me the vibes. If any of you guys been to a military base where they got the static displays either at the front or the middle of the base or at a park, there's 2 different ways that you can put the Dragonfly on there. You can have it, you know, kind of point it up like it's taking off, or just turn it around and kind of have it coming down like it's shooting at Cobra. But we have some special guests, because I'm going to try to put them into the cockpit. First, before we get to the real hero here, let's look at Glenda. I know it's not really the action figure review, but we have her here. She looks good. Good detail in the face. Very clean lines on the flight suit. One thing I do have concern with is, I don't know if you guys can see the separation right there at the thigh cut. It's kind of both. It looks like it's kind of wanting to pull down. So if I have her in the cockpit, then you won't really notice because she'll be seated. But, you know, other than that, looks really good. No boot cut, because you don't want to cut into the appearance of the boot. But it has all the other articulation that you would have for any GI Joe classified. So very cool, very good detail on her life support, on her harness there. She's got her weapon right there. She has her comms up. Now, she came with a regular set of hair, more hair, and I'm guessing one of the hair sculpts is better to fit the actual helmet on. I am not going to put her into the Dragonfly with the helmet, just because, I mean, I want to see her head sculpt right there. Looks really good. She also comes with another harness. Like, if I'm guessing either she could put this harness on, or you can put this on another Joe, so you can, you know, show them getting hoisted up. It's got the loop right there. It actually moves. The buckle moves right there, and then you would just get your Joe in this harness so you can hoist them up. 2 fist hands if she was on the ground fighting. She had her sidearm, but she also comes with a rifle. And her air, I'm guessing if she needed that on for air, for, let's say she was actually outside of the Dragonfly for any reason, that might work. So pretty cool. And the man of the hour, figure of the year, Wild Bill Hardy. Look at that. Comes with a knife there. 2 6-shooters. Very awesome. What I do like with Wild Bill and what they did is they, you know, sometimes they'll have the whole holster that kind of hugs right here at the thigh. They didn't do that, so it gives them some room to get into the Dragonfly, which is really awesome. Here's his holster, pretty good detail all along the back. You got some longhorns right there. American flag on the left, Dragonfly on the right. His sunglasses are removable. I don't want to touch them because, you know, with sunglasses, once they're on, you don't want to have them move off. But this is one piece, the hair piece with his cavalry hat. And if you wanted to, you can remove his other hair, have his hair with the hat removed, which is actually pretty cool. Go handheld here for a little bit. So yes, I had to remove his hat so you can get him in. And I have his hands up like he's actually getting in the aircraft, and his crew chief is helping him buckle in. And I did not secure this all the way just for right now so I could work with it, but it does snap, I guess you could say, into place. And there his legs are. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just have him straight in there. So yeah, there's Wild Bill. We got him in eventually, and what I like about this cockpit, the stick is, it rotates you know, and you can move it. So you can get his hand into a position and actually rotate that stick. So pretty awesome. Well, look at who we have here. Glenda and Wild Bill in the cockpit. Check that out. So at first I thought I was having issues getting her to get seated, but her straps on her thighs, you just had to push them up so she can push her, straighten out her legs, basically, sit at a 90. And then you got Wild Bill. Had to get his sunglasses back on and his hat. So look at that. So let's go ahead and close the cockpit. Nice. And what I really like about the Dragonfly is a lot of the positive locks whenever you're putting something on, accessory, or closing a canopy or the door. So there they go. Never thought in a million years we'd be at this point where we're looking at a 1/12 scale Dragonfly. This is just crazy. The detail, Hasbro really did it with the detail. Everything from the skids to the weapons. Let's get out a little bit more. Oh, see, he's gonna come out a lot more now because that tail's on there. So the cannons up front, to the grenade launchers, to, I mean, you have the access panels right there. You got your blades, your rotary blades up top. Beware blast, of course, the back, the tail end, the exhaust. One thing I forgot to highlight, guys, is these vertical stabilizers actually, they come together and they go out. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if the Cobra, the actual Cobra helicopter does that. If it does, that's pretty awesome. And then of course we saw these rotate. And then of course our blades rotate as well. As of right now, I don't plan on putting any stickers on this thing. I like it the way it is. It has the, you know, the beware of blast, the danger stickers, you know, has your Dragonfly symbol here and there. It's got Wild Bill's name on the side. I mean, what else do you want? It's pretty awesome. One thing I forgot to show you guys was the actual light button. So let's see if we get a better angle. I turned down the lights just enough so you can see a little bit, but look at that. That's when you press it one time. That's bright. Let's see if it'll focus out here. Let's see if it'll focus on this one. So it has so there's a display right there. That's 1. And then if you hit 2, now I'm going to turn off the lights. There's 1. If you hit 2, there's 2 right there. The light up front. 3 is the light underneath. Okay. 4, light underneath is off. Or is it the other side? Yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's awesome. And then 5. There's a little bit more of a front look to it. There's Glenda and Mr. Wild Bill himself. And of course, once you put the canopy down, you won't see them as easy. They're kind of like that glow on there, but that looks really cool. I flipped it to the other side so we could get a little bit more light back here. And of course, we really didn't see how those cannons, that cannon hangs on there. This is our grenade launchers right here. And you got your 20 mil cannon up front. Okay, let's do this the right way. Stealth rotary blades. You got the gunner door, pilot door, the canopy, air intake, the engine bay, twin turbo shaft engines right back there. Rear horizontal stabs. Articulated V tail wings. Air data sensor, which is right there at the top of the stabs. And what else? You had the spotlights when I turned the lights on underneath. Ammunition bay access door, which is going to be right there. And what else? Okay, so we have our grenade launcher, which is right up front. And they call these creeper missiles. What's up, creeper? Creeper missiles, jester missiles, and then the hoist, which we saw on the other side. And, oh, there it is. Where's it at? There's the hoist. Hoist is right there. On the other side is the laser-guided 16-centimeter cannon pod. And then you have your Dragon Breath rotary cannon up front. Dragon Breath, I should have remembered that. Very cool. And then the unguided rocket launchers, which is on the other side as well. Okay, guys, I was cheating a little bit. I was looking at the box. But leave it in the comments. What do you guys think? Is it worth the price tag? I already forgot how much it was, how much we paid for this. And I got mine shipped probably the second wave. When everybody had their initial wave get to them, mine was like immediately after. So I would say that's the second push of the Dragonfly. In a perfect world, I would have 2 of them. Why? Well, why not? But right now, we have 1, and I'm very content with this one. We didn't get any measurements, so let's do the quick... Oh, yeah, we did. We did some measurements. So it is 34 inches from tail to the very front of the Dragon's Breath cannon. I like that. Let me see how high it is. Okay, to the highest point, because it's angled up, it's just about 22 inches from the top of the blade. So when it's on the top part of my shelf, you know, on the stand, I need to make sure I have 22 inches clearance or more, so I can put it on the top and not have to hit the ceiling, which I'm pretty sure I have like 36 inches, so we should be good. And of course, we don't want it to encroach too much on the top. And at the same time, I know I could put it on its skids and keep it on the ground, but there's just something about the way it's like that action pose. Thanks, guys, for tuning in for my review of the Dragonfly. Review, overview, whatever you guys want to say. I just wanted to bust it out, get some good shots, and get specific with it. Did you pick one up? How many did you get? What kind of stickers did you put on it? Who are you having go for a ride in it? Is Wild Bill going to be like that? Or is he going to be with his hair and his hat off, with his hat in his hand? What about Glinda? What about your Night Force guys? Another HasLab in the books. The next one is going to be the Rattler. I can't wait. I'm going to probably have to do that one outside. Don't forget, guys, if you liked the video, put those comments down in there. Subscribe if you want to. If not, it's all good. Share with your friends. And like I always say, always enjoy the ride. We'll see you guys in the next one. Say goodbye, Wild Bill. Bye, Wild Bill.
Oh, yeah. Holy moly, God. That's just